When you play pretend, you don't have to be real.
Some bears live circus lives, but this bear, he's singing with the housewives.
Hello! I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to The Real Housebears.
I'm not mad at your podcast. I'm just more disappointed. I'm gonna look past all the things you said about me and my family. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in how your podcast is run. It's outrageous, egregious. It's Regis and Kelly bad. And I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Again, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in what your podcast stands for.
Just one thing. Are you mad?
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm only disappointed in how sinful, sacrilegious, horrible your podcast is.
Oh, that's a lot of things that this podcast is.
Bye, Meredith. It's nice seeing you again.
I mean, it's like Meredith in the room.
I know.
This is insane.
My nose is being tickled by feathers.
If we didn't have the video, people would be like, oh my gosh, they have Meredith.
Seriously,
Meredith is like ripping them a new one.
You know, if you didn't say anything, I could have just posted audio this week and no one would have ever known.
I think people would start being suspicious when we didn't have the video.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Like every time we had a housewife besides Heather and possibly Whitney sometimes.
People are like, I know Meredith cannot fit in that hot closet with you two big bears.
Nobody can.
No one can.
We barely can.
I know. Just room for us and my shoes.
We have to gut half of that closet just to fit in here. To be honest, we do. It's like a ritual. Getting ready and like setting the closet back up after we're done.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
We should give a tour of what our bedroom looks like after we gut the closet.
We should. I have to clean my closet first. But, you know, maybe if we keep having people who leave us awesome reviews
oh
on
my gosh.
Apple Podcasts.
Y'all, we have some hashtag Housebear Famous coming up.
Maybe we'll be able to afford to get out of the hot closet someday.
I mean, it's slowly happening.
I know. I mean, maybe
we just had our 100th episode and we have almost like 100 like reviews on Apple.
That's exciting.
I don't think I think we're probably like close to 80.
Well,
but
that's still exciting. I mean, we get so excited about them, so that's...
Reviews help us grow.
They do.
And that's what this podcast is about. This podcast is about growing and sharing and holding and giving.
It is. We're giving people the title of Hashtag Housebears Famous. You know, I read them last time. Do you want to read them this time?
Yeah. Y'all, by the way, we have some merch coming up. And if you guys want some Housebear stuff, keep listening.
Yeah, merch on the way.
All right, so this first one is to Critter 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9.
Hey, Critter.
I mean, I hope it's not Critter 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I mean,
why would you even stop there?
Why would I even bring up that person?
No.
This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9.
The
Critter.
real
Critter.
The real Critter.
Give us a 5-star rating. Thank you. Love this podcast. I feel happier when I see a new episode of this podcast pop up. Hunter and Papa the Bear are so fun to listen to. They make me laugh out loud. Oh, they actually spelled out laugh out loud. They didn't put LOL.
Listen, critters don't play.
They don't play. And they have some great inside info on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Thanks for sharing a part of your lives with all your listeners.
Thank you. Grit.
That sounds honest.
And our second hashtag Housebears Famous. I thought you were going to jump in there.
Oh, I didn't know what you were saying.
This is from Stevie O's.
Stevie O's, that's my favorite cereal.
Stevie O's. Everyone loves Stevie O's.
Stevie O's is my...
But do you pour your milk in first or after you pour the cereal?
Listen, I asked Stevie what they're in the mood for first.
So Stevie O's, love this show. Give us a 5-star rating. Thank you. Oh my God. I get so excited every time I see a new episode is posted. These bears are my absolute favorite, and being Housebears Famous is the only kind of fame worth having,
Amen
of
to
course.
that.
Thanks for all the laughs and good times. Well, guess what, Stevie-O's? You are
Hashtag
Housebears famous.
Apparently, I made it.
Yeah.
And so are you, Critter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes. Wow, what an exciting way.
Oh, look, we have 84 total ratings, and we still are keeping a 5.0.
Woohoo!
This is what makes.
This is what will get us out of the hot closet someday.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine good lighting? First of all,
I mean,
good air circulation.
That's what I can
and maybe
imagine.
even another microphone.
Oh, listen.
So we could look at each other.
Ooh, what about a soundboard where we just hit the button and it puts in the sound bite, other than me spending days and hours?
I don't know. Is your wit that quick?
I guess not. You know what?
Sorry.
These days, maybe not.
Anyways,
Since turning 50, not as quick as I used to be.
I have hit a breaking point.
do you want to talk about New Year's?
We should. Speaking of being old, but you know what? You're just as bad. So on New Year's, to be honest with you, here in the greater Salt Lake area, it was cold and rainy. Getting up to New Year's. So we were kind of getting ready to go to a New Year's Eve party, but we just thought, you know what? We don't want to be out in the rain.
We saw an article that the cops are going to be out extra.
We don't want to
that night
drink
for
and
DUIs.
drive.
We don't want to drink and drive. And Ubers were going to be outrageous, and we were trying to save money after Christmas.
What would be the point of going to a New Year's Eve party and not drinking?
Yeah.
So we just decided it was best to stay home, and thank God we did.
Because like right around 11:30.
No, it was like at the stroke of midnight.
It was just because we looked outside at midnight. It started snowing through the night, but by the time it struck midnight, there was a huge coating of snow.
It was like a blizzard.
And it was huge flurries. Like there were those big fat snowflakes
snow
that
was
you
just
really want
dumping.
to catch on your tongue.
Yeah.
And it dumped all night and all into the next day.
Yeah.
So we had a winter wonderland.
Yeah, I would not have wanted to be on the road, whether I was sober or whether I just
Either way,
would not have
and
wanted
we
to be
looked
on
at
the road.
Ubers, and it was like $35 to start.
Oh no, that was at 9 o'clock. I can't even imagine what they were after
at
midnight.
yeah, it would have been because it was blizzard, y'all, and it was not safe.
Yeah, so
We stayed home. Yay! It was
we're
good.
boring and old, but we
was
had a great time. We always have a good time together.
Well, I mean, that was a good decision.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? It's not very. It's very unfashionable behavior for us to not like go out and enjoy a New Year's Eve party. Did you like that?
That was cute. You're smiling so big the whole time. You loved, especially when you put the bear in there.
I was proud.
You were
of
very
it.
happy about that.
I was very proud of it.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yes, they do. You're just jealous that you didn't think of it first.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm just kidding. But it's very fashionable behavior this whole episode. No one is really exuding fashionable behavior during this episode.
No. I don't pop pills, bitch. You do.
Stupid. Well, it's night 3 in San Diego, and it's just been not a fun weekend to San Diego.
Yes, you know what?
Was there fun? Oh, the girls had fun roller skating for a second. And then, was this the same one where they surfed? Dana?
No one has had any fun this whole season.
Okay.
No one has had any fun this whole... Other than, you know what? The only fun this season was choir auditions.
It's true. I mean, like, when you look back in this whole season, choir auditions were fun.
Yeah, that was the only, like, bright light of the season. The season is
Everybody's
dark.
just been fighting the whole time. The only background music was the choir.
And, you know, a lot of the fun in previous seasons were due to bad weather's hijinks, you know? So we don't have that either. So this season's been pretty dark. So thank God for me.
That was like amazing, right?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. So when we start Heather says she's unsure about what happened to her eye, and she looks right at Jen Shaw as she's saying it.
Yeah, like what should we say about this, Jen? Like who should come out about this, Jen? And it's very it's obvious, isn't it?
It feels very much like this was, probably a Jen Shaw accident.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to give anything to fuel the fire. I mean, that's the only way to really read what we're seeing.
Have you ever laughed so hard drunk with your friend that you guys have bumped heads really hard?
Yeah.
Like going down for like a laugh or something, or like going up, you just bash somebody's forehead or head in. I mean, I feel like maybe that's what happened, and then her falling back, she was just trying to grab her.
No.
And Jen Shaw doesn't have like these subtle hands. They're claws. Like everything about her hand, even her nails have nails on them.
Well, listen, we solved it last week.
It was Jen Shaw's breast.
And Heather confirmed it this week.
Yeah.
Jen's boob did it.
She said that's the culprit.
There's nothing really more to talk about.
Okay. Jen Shaw's breast.
And plus, Heather ain't going to talk about it.
But
she doesn't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
She wants to drop a little bit of a dime in there, but then she wants you to just hit the change machine and put that dime all the way back through.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
You know how like when you put money in the Coke machine?
No, I get it.
That's what Heather Gay is doing. She's like, I don't want to talk about it, but here's a dime. Oh, but hold on. I don't want to talk about it. Give me that dime back. But here's another dime.
Givesy takesies.
But wait, I don't want to talk about
Givesy takesies.
That's kind of how I feel like what's going on here.
It's been like this whole episode, and I didn't like it.
There's also scratches on Heather's knees.
Girl,
did you hear Meredith say it's battery?
Yeah, it is battery. But you know what? There could be multiple things. I think that if somebody attacked Heather out of pure anger and hate, like gave her a black eye and scratches, wouldn't that be the cops involved?
I mean, I can't.
But who can charge Jen Shaw's
breast? It depends. I mean, it depends. No one can charge Jen Shaw's breast. I guess it depends. Was it, again, you cannot take antidepressants and drink alcohol. You do black out. I know from experience, you forget a lot of your night.
And when you're stressed, you drink extra.
So was this... I guess it depends on, did Jen Shaw get in a drunken rage and accidentally batterize Heather? Or were they being playful and things got out of hand? And Heather
I would like to think the playfulness of it. But Heather, the whole dragging... she's dragging it out too, and saying that.
Will we ever know?
We know who it is, but we'll never let them know.
Will we ever know?
I don't think we'll ever know. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
It has to be addressed at the reunion. It has to be.
If it's not addressed, like,
there's no way. There's no way it's not. It's such a huge storyline. It will be. It will be.
I mean, to be honest,
but will we find the answer? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't even know the answer.
How did you get a black eye?
Well, I know the answer. I know the answer.
It was Jen Shaw's breast, I know, but which one?
The other answer is Heather doesn't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it the left or the right breast? Since it's her left eye, I think it was her right breast.
It's the one that's pierced.
She's got them both. She's got them both pierced. We know that.
Oh, you think?
We don't know that. We don't know that. Oh my God.
I mean, we're not. I mean, we're the ones who let the cat out of the bag.
Well, we're the one making all these wild accusations.
Check your source, then. Check your source.
Luckily, Jen Shaw got bigger fish to fry these days. Actually, by the time most people hear this podcast tomorrow, Jen Shaw will have been sentenced.
Will she be sentenced, or is that just start of like a trial?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I don't think she's... Well, all I hear is... No, they've already been going through the trial.
Guilty. Yeah, she's
They've
guilty.
already been going through. So it's January 6th is the sentencing.
Ooh.
So by the time most people hear this podcast, they will already know Jen Shaw's fate.
It's literally the gay insurrection. It's
it's a big deal.
RuPaul's Drag Race comes out the same day.
Drag Race, Jen Shaw.
It's Bear Night at Triangles.
I mean... I can't take it all.
I'm honestly really stressed.
I can't take
These gays are taking over. These gays are trying to kill me.
Well, you know what? If Heather doesn't want to talk about it, Dana's like, okay, well, Jen, let's talk about this. let's talk about the reason why I've just kind of had a hard time connecting with you during this trip.
Yeah.
The reason, and Jen's like, what, you didn't connect with me? We rode together. Doesn't that mean we're friends?
No, of course not.
And Dana's like, so I have a very good friend who I know and who I trust that told me that they're very close with someone who works with you or worked for you, actually. They said what the work you do is sketchy. They pled guilty to the allegations, and now they are an informant.
But that's why I just wasn't sure I could connect with you, Jen, was because I heard that.
I couldn't
It sounded like a huge warning.
It sounded like I couldn't trust you before I met you.
And now I still can't trust you, so I don't know. Dana is definitely, I mean, these girls are fighting. There's 3 girls in contention for this snowflake.
But Dana brings this up and then isn't willing to give a name, isn't willing to
right away,
receipts.
Jen's like, no, I'm not hearing any of this until don't bring the stuff up if you can't say it.
Yeah, and don't
everyone
say something that can be used in a court of law.
And at this point, everyone at the table is feeling the same way too. They're like, if you don't have any, like, we've gone through this already. Like, this has been a season of all of these women here dealing with the Jen Shah case, and now you're coming into it this late in a second, like in the...
well, all I know is that
the game.
I don't know anything about Dana's life, but I know that Dana loves to bring up other people's stuff. Mm-hmm. She loves to say, oh, well, you said this about her. Let's clear that up.
Oh, the second she's been away from the other group of girls, she grabs another girl they were talking about and brings it all up.
Yeah, she's thrown Heather under the bus. Meredith.
This is Housewives' life.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Dana's pretty good about it, but I don't know anything about Dana.
I don't know any, like, I feel like this is her first episode.
I know she's married. They might have mentioned that she had kids. I don't know. But Dana's like, oh, well, Heather, you said this about your relationship with Jen Shah. You said you weren't going to be friends anymore. And now here's like, well, Jen Shah, I did hear from my best friend who was good friends with an informant of yours that your business is sketchy.
An informant against you.
Yeah, like, she'll bring it up.
Like, are you allowed to say that if you know somebody's an informant for the police?
Yeah. Oh,
are you allowed to tell that to the person?
Oh, by the way, I was with Meredith yesterday, and she was talking about Lisa's SEC filing.
Oh yeah, she can't. She's.
That's what Dana has. I mean, that's why. But you know, Whitney's been kind of quiet because she took over Whitney's job.
Oh. And that's what Whitney wanted.
Yeah, well,
in the beginning, she said she doesn't want to be the one to bring all this up, so she's like, "Thanks, Dana."
I mean, Whitney still takes her chance when she can. You know, she's like,
second.
So he was talking about Lisa's.
So
FCC.
who brought up the?
Yeah,
What is it? FCC, ECC, TCC,
SEC. Sorry, S is in Sam, E is in egg roll, and C is in Corey.
Captain. Okay.
Yeah.
SEC.
Yeah,
it sounds like FEC, CCC, TCB, TCBY.
It's something Exchange Commission. Security and Exchange Commission, maybe?
Oh, don't.
Securities and Exchange Commission. Something like that.
Bears don't know things like that.
No, bears don't know things like that.
I'm so confused at this point.
Well, once Dana starts talking about those things and, again, isn't being very specific about this information, Jen Shah walks off. Heather and Meredith follow her.
Then Dana gets pissed at everyone else at the table. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, girl, you have you seen the other seasons? Like, we've all those girls have already had this fight and argument and deal with this Jen Shah stuff. Yeah. Now you're coming in so late in the game, like you're fighting solo now, honey.
Did you not watch Vegas in season 1?
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, Dana, what are you expecting?
Since you're being very inquisitive right now,
what are you expecting?
We are never going to get through this.
No, the women kind of leave and disperse. When Jen Shah was talking to Meredith and Heather, did we see that Jen Shah made Dana dye her hair? Did you catch that?
She was trying to make her dye her hair, but she didn't because you could see. That's when I noticed she does have gray strands.
I've noticed that since the beginning. But then at dinner, I was like, is Dana's hair darker?
No, it wasn't. I noticed. That's when I noticed the gray was.
I was like, what?
She was trying to.
So Whitney asks, what if they find Jen Shah guilty? And Lisa and Angie K are like, oh, I can't really think about it. I'm in the innocent until proven guilty. I just can't even think about that.
I mean, that's a smart thing to say, though.
And Whitney's like, well, if Jen is found guilty, we'll have to have an awkward conversation, but I'm willing to go have a conjugal visit with her.
Everybody's like, wait, what?
You gonna go down on Jen Shaw in prison?
Does it look like I ate ass?
Jen Shaw might need it.
I mean,
I don't know. I doubt it.
There'll
No,
be
Jen Shaw,
plenty
yeah.
of opportunity with that. She ain't gonna need it. But maybe she needs it from someone with better hygiene. Maybe that.
Gingivitis.
I mean, hey, listen, if I was into girls, I would totally go down with you.
Okay, we need to move on.
So inside, Heather recommends to Jen that they just say, why don't we talk about Heather's eye? If you just say, let's talk about Heather's eye.
Bring up who gave her the black
then
eye.
they won't be talking about you anymore.
But we know, so we won't tell them because they don't deserve to know. And I'm like, wait, what? And Meredith's like, wait, what?
But I don't want to talk about it.
But we're not going to talk. Okay.
Bring up my eye, but I don't want to talk about
Listen.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to say.
it. I don't know what else to say either.
I mean,
It's a strange tactic. I'm speechless. Well, so when they get back to the table, let's just move on. When they get back to the table, Dana wants Jen to understand why. She's like, I don't want you. It's not about whether or not I believe the source, but I believe the source. But it was actually just me being open with you, explain to you why there was kind of this wall up this week.
isn't that the best way to be friends? Like, what if I came up to you and I'm just like, listen, I've been having a hard time getting to know you because, I've heard from other people that you're just a horrible human being and stuff. Like, that's basically all.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know about you. You're not that bad.
You're not that bad. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're not that bad at all.
I don't know why I'm bringing
Definitely
this
my
up.
friends.
Yeah, like when she brought this up, I was like, what is happening here?
Did you notice that when Lisa got up to catch her flight, that Heather said, I love you to her?
I didn't catch it, but you said that.
I was like, what just happened?
I think they have a secret relationship and they're just covering it.
There
It's
was
very
not
upsetting.
there was not a lot of Lisa Barlow in this episode, which is also upsetting.
Her skating Maybelline
no, that
cover
was
girl.
last week. That was last week.
I know, but it's still, she's been given to this dinners.
But this week, we don't see a whole lot of her from now until, she goes ice fishing with John.
Oh, yeah.
Which was
it's
kind of strange
true.
to see.
Well,
and then we don't see her again. I mean, like,
she's a woman of many talents, Bear. Don't cut off fly fishing.
Lisa Barlow is an amazing human being.
And there was very little of Lisa in this first scene as well. So there just wasn't a whole lot of Lisa this episode.
Ew.
So we're back home. Lisa and John are fly fishing. Brooks and Chloe are looking through Brooks's looks for tonight's fundraiser fashion show.
Listen, Meredith already came in and chastised us, so I'm not saying a single thing about this segment.
I just love the fact that Brooks is like, most people spend like a year preparing for this.
No, he said years, plural.
Years preparing for this.
I'm not going to say anything.
And Meredith, yeah, she just calls him out like, maybe months.
I
This
mean,
isn't
not
Paris
even
Fashion Week.
Not
honey.
even New York. Not even Paris. Like Fashion Week is planned a year in advance. They have less than a year.
Yeah, it was.
But
Funny.
it was still funny. But and plus, like, I'm not going to say anything.
I mean, would we want anything less from Brooks?
No.
We want Brooks to be just like that.
Well, Brooks is Brooks.
Yeah.
Do it, Brooks. Get it. Make it work.
Brooks it up.
And you're about to graduate. Congratulations.
No one in this family understands the stress of running a business while finishing college.
You're Brooks Marks.
Brooks Marks.
You are Brooks Marks.
You hit the marks.
You did.
Brooks Marks.
Whitney cancels on the fashion show. They had to reschedule Bobby's birthday. She doesn't know if Heather's coming. The Shaws are coming.
The Shaws.
And even Lisa Barlow bought a ticket.
Well, according to Meredith, that's because she has to save face at any event she has to go to. But to be honest, I would feel the same way because I'm like, it's just another opportunity for people to talk bad about me, but they can't when I'm there. Or I'm at least able to defend myself.
And it's not like I don't support the cause.
Yeah, and plus I'm supporting the cause.
And it's not like Meredith and I weren't great friends at one time.
Don't be selfish, Meredith.
It's about mental health awareness, and that starts with kindness.
Heather shows up at Angie H's, and poor Angie's dog.
Don't talk about it. I don't want to. I can't
Somebody
talk
needs to
about
get
it.
that dog some Visine.
So, or an eye patch. Get that dog an eye patch.
Heather should have brought
I
over
can't
her
look
eye
at it.
patch.
I can't look at it.
Heather tells Angie that she doesn't have any recollection about the black eye. And they kind of talk through the end of the night. Who was there?
Angie right away is like, you're protecting somebody. We all can see it. Girl.
And
like everybody can see it.
Why'd you say Jen Shaw last?
And we all know it's Jen Shaw. That's basically what she said this entire little meeting.
And are you ever going to tell me? And Heather just says no. Now, is this your way of saying someone did this and you're covering for them? And Heather's just like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
And listen, I can't. Let's plead the fifth. You can't argue. You can't do anything with that. No information. You can't. If you don't have a body, you can't claim murder.
Yeah, I mean, Heather's a pro at this. She's like, I know how to, and again, I it's hard because you don't know how all of this was edited together, but y'all, no one's enjoying it.
I'm not enjoying it.
No one is. Not a single soul.
I don't like the way it's being played around with either.
And I'm sure Heather's annoyed by it too.
Yeah, I'm sure she is too. But I mean, she kind of built this around her. She built this confusion and worry around her when she could have easily been like, we were really trash last night. She tried to fall, and when she got back up, she headbutted me in the eye.
Well, we might have been told from someone close to set that it really is being drug out a lot longer than it was
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Than it might have even been in reality, Mm-hmm. Probably, just a few times brought up.
Well, I mean, what a better chance. I mean, has a housewife ever gotten a black eye?
No.
A mysterious black eye in history.
Has a housewife ever had a black eye in a choir?
On the show. I don't mean in history. I mean on the show.
Right, no. Listen, Heather Gay, she will break waves. She will.
She'll start her first choir, the first housewife choir.
Give her a first, and she'll make sure it happens.
She'll have the first Mormon book.
Yeah. She'll get it.
She'll have the first black eye.
She'll do it.
What's next for her conquest? Is she going to climb Mount Everest?
There's no telling.
Okay.
There's nothing she can't do, I'll tell you that.
I want her to come out with a single. A musical single.
Can I be a backup singer at
Well,
least?
of course. And her choir is the backup.
Oh, okay.
And it's her.
Okay. Well, let's take a break and put a little song together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You want to go take a break and put a song together? I mean, we could just start it. We don't have to, have it prepared.
Oh, no, it's going to be a complete masterpiece.
By the time we come back from break?
Yeah, that's how good you are.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, let's sing. You want to sing?
This is Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you're listening to the Real Housebears podcast.
And we're back.
We are back. Oh, our song. Are you ready?
What's our song?
The song that we wrote during the break.
Oh, I already forgot about it.
It starts off with your solo.
Oh,
Away in a manger, no crib for his bed.
Yeah.
Oh, holy night.
Okay. Maybe we need to workshop it a little bit better.
I get stage fright. That's why I couldn't perform.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that can sing.
No, we need to write an original song for Heather Gay's first single.
Oh, holy.
That's not an original song.
Bearables. He didn't let me finish.
It doesn't make it any better.
It's nothing like that Oh Holy Night, which is actually stealing from my song.
Oh my God.
That hasn't been written yet.
Okay. At Whitney's, she's looking through some photos. She calls Brooks and Bobby in for a little bit. She's the part of her journey where she's ready to let go of the bad and focus on the good, and looking through these old pictures and maybe looking back at fond times rather than the bad times will be part of that healing.
Sometimes just seeing pictures of old rooms will reignite memories.
Yeah, but when she calls her brother Curtis, it seems as if, it doesn't sound like she's having a lot of progress of bringing up old memories. Those
memories that are hindering
repressed
her.
Memories, yeah.
But, I mean, it seems like even he's just like, listen, you take the good with the bad, and you don't let the past hold you back, and you got to look forward.
You said that multiple times. You just focus on the future.
Yeah, why are you letting the past hinder you this hard?
Yeah.
Is it this important to create stir in your life?
Yeah. It's come out in a lot of unattractive ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to understand where things came from, but it's really good to move on from those things because you can't change them.
Yeah, and just you grow from them.
I guess it's hard for everybody.
It is, no question.
Who are we to talk about mental health?
Girl.
I'm barely hanging on.
We're mental health experts.
Well, this is quite ironic.
So Jen Shaw, speaking of mental health, is Zooming with Ernest. Well, she's Zooming with a therapist.
I know, but the way it started to go off. Speaking of mental health, we're heading to Jen's house. You know, you don't put those two things together normally.
She's been struggling.
Although when it's Coach Shaw's involved, it's very mental health.
Truly. Jen's feeling out of control. Every day there's something new.
Of course, she's having the daily anxiety and depression that somebody in her situation would normally have.
It's like the Erica Jane parallel. Mm-hmm. Even though Erica Jane so far hasn't been found guilty of anything. Yeah, but her daily anxiety is just paralyzing. And part of that anxiety is how it's all affecting her kids, especially Omar, because, she's the baby.
And she brings up about how she comes back from these trips and has to come back to reality, and that's got to be really hard.
Oh, yeah. And then finding out that Sharif protects his wife by not letting her see him cry.
Yeah.
And sitting out in his car and crying.
But he still tells her he cries.
Sharif, you can put your hand right here.
I know. We're here for you. We're here for the whole Shaw family.
But Ernest says the bottom line is don't worry about your husband, don't worry about the kids, because they're really just worried about you.
Yeah. It's time for you to lean on the things that are important to you, like family and certain friends, and, quit worrying about the stuff you can't worry about.
At the Utah Museum of Contemporary Art, which I want to go to.
I do too. We haven't gone there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in town we need to do.
Yeah.
Meredith's fashion show fundraiser. Brooks is showing his fashions. Dana and Angie K arrive and ask Meredith how she's feeling about everything since coming back from San Diego. So we do know that Meredith is feeling not mad.
I'm not mad,
We definitely know she's just disappointed.
but I'm disappointed.
Right.
Which can come and mean so many things, but it's the meanest when it comes from your parents. And that's the way I feel right now. Is treating everybody like her children.
Yeah. I'm not mad.
I'm just disappointed in your actions and who you are.
That not only did you immediately run and tell Lisa everything that I said, but you didn't even get on this trip unless you wouldn't on the trip, it wasn't for me.
You were my guest, so mind your P's, honey. Sit back.
But I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm not mad.
I love the counter. She says it 5 times, right?
Yes.
I mean, this whole time she's talking to him, I'm like, these aren't your kids.
No. Jen and Sharif arrive. Lisa shows up. I don't know if I love or hate that Balenciaga outfit. At first I was like, it's pajamas.
On Jen, on Lisa, I love it.
I kind of feel the same way.
With her long, wavy hair, like her long... Yeah. But it seems very not right for the event.
I mean, it's fashion, I guess.
It's pretty, but it looks like it's...
Is Balenciaga that designer that's been in all of the controversy because they use the children and...
yes.
Was that Balenciaga?
In the kink and leather and stuff, yeah.
And Lisa was wearing Balenciaga, but clearly pre-Trump situation.
But yeah, I think if it was like a afternoon event, that outfit would have been perfect, but not for a night event.
Okay.
Yeah. I still loved it.
I mean, it looked like pajamas. So
she looked different. She looked different than everyone else.
Yeah. Jen apparently asked Angie K for an invoice for the party that Angie K threw for Sharif's.
I don't want to drag this out. So basically, Coach Shaw just asks them for money or gives them their money that they talk about, and they have very uncomfortable talks with each other.
Yeah.
I hate this part. I feel like ruined the party for me. I hate it. It was so uncomfortable.
I didn't like it.
And
at
to
all.
see the actual check and like what it was worth, I was like, you guys, I don't want to know any of this. This is their deal, and I don't like watching it unfold right in front of me.
I bet you if Jen and Angie had never had conflict,
that never would have come up.
it would have never been paid.
It would have never come up.
It would have,
and that's
and
what's
Angie
so.
probably would have been glad to give the gift, to be honest with you.
And that's what's so uncomfortable. And you noticed that they gave it to him while they were filming.
Yeah, and you know that there was some sort of charity involved with the gambling at Angie K's party that they were probably able to write off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bet you Angie was originally prepared to pay for it.
Well, she said she paid a lot more than what the check was for, so maybe that's why. I would love that amount of money to go towards any of my parties or any of my just life.
And why does Angie K have a snowflake? Because then Angie K tells Lisa that earlier Angie H was at a party and told her and Dana that Jen Shaw reached out to Angie H to accept her apology and work things out.
Oh my gosh. And so Angie's like, you caused this huge deal about people being faithful and stuff, and now you're just going to go, and the person that made you almost kill yourself, you're just going to go back to him and try to work things out without even talking to me about it?
And Dana's like, see, this inconsistent behavior is dangerous.
Dana's coming in with a fresh stamina.
But you know what? They keep cutting back. They've done it several times this season, cutting back to old scenes that were never used.
Filmed.
They were filmed, but never used.
I mean, yeah.
They do it all the time. Maybe this season would make a little bit more sense
if we
saw
all that.
some of those scenes.
No, it's mostly shocking because we didn't see those scenes.
I think it's probably
deliberate.
A lot of those scenes might have been cut also because they never knew who was going to be full-time or a friend of through a lot of this filming, I think, too.
Is it obvious?
We got the fashion show. Hot Sean's there.
Hot Sean.
Angie K walks across the runway for a really awkward hello with Jen and Sharif.
Yeah.
More fashion show. Jen and Sharif approach Lisa. Angie K and Hot Sean give them the check.
Fashion.
More fashion.
Fashion.
Angie K's like, I'm going to cash that check right away.
Oh, some shady shit.
Shade.
But it's true. It's also kind of true. Yeah. Like, do it now. Like, get it now. While it's written now. You had until the 6th to get that done.
Well, actually, probably back whenever she pled guilty.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, we finish off this scene, sadly, at Whitney's house.
Mm-hmm. I want to know what Heather got Bobby for her 12th birthday. How come they didn't even open it up right there? I want to know what it is.
I know.
I had no idea you cared.
But it's so awkward and I hate it. Remember at the beginning of the season when Heather came over and Heather said, like, sex with an ugly person will change your life. Like, how sweet it was and fun and comfortable it was. And now it's weird. Like, Heather doesn't even know if she should ring the doorbell or...
I know, and her saying how awkward it is makes it even more awkward.
I hate it.
And I'm very upset with it. And, like... And, you know, Heather drops little joke bombs about how they are not in a relationship anymore or how their friendship isn't as strong anymore. And I'm not into it.
That friendship break was the break.
That was it. That was the last straw for Heather.
I don't know if she'll ever recover from that.
Well, she says here she won't. She basically said when things have been broken, they're not as strong as they used to be. And, I mean, Heather lays it down right here. Like, we're never going to be as close as we used to be because you brought this stupid rumor to bring us apart. When I just didn't want to be a part of it. And I didn't know about it.
And then told everyone behind my back that we were on a friendship break.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing and hurtful.
I also think that Heather is probably like, am I seriously losing a friendship this long because of housewife drama? And letting and Whitney taking it.
And the rumor was to support Lisa Barlow.
Yes.
That's like the ultimate backstab.
Yeah.
Here, Heather confirms it was Jen's boob. Heather says that she remembers how she got it. She says other people know too. But Whitney's like, how do other people know and not me? And I was like, because
nobody knows. Nobody
We're on a
knows. I don't know.
We're on a break.
I don't know how her boob or how her eye got blackened.
But
I'm stressed out about it now.
Oftentimes when we're going through, I've said this probably too many times, but when we're going through a hard time in our personal lives, it's really easy to take it out on people that we love and we know will forgive us. Mm-hmm. And I think, Heather even says Whitney was looking for drama where there was none. Yeah. And I think it's just a situation like that. Whitney was going through some trauma, reliving some trauma, and it was easy to take it out on Heather because it's Heather. She's my friend. She's my relative.
But little did everyone know, Heather was going through her own turmoil in her life with this new book and stuff.
But this happens all the time. Jill Zarin and Bethany Frankel. I mean, it just happens all the time. And hurt people. And normally they hurt the people that they think they can.
So you think maybe next season they will start mending their friendship? I'm sure they will.
I will see.
Because I think Heather's book coming out, all that stress is going to be, I think next season's going to be more uplifting because we're not going to have Jen Shaw's case hovering us over anymore. We're going to start on new friendships with Dana, Angie, and the other Angies.
I mean, we'll see. We have seen so far that Heather is not willing to let go of a grudge with Lisa Barlow.
No, and it seems like it might happen with
Heather
Whitney.
and Lisa Barlow didn't have the same deep relationship that she shared with Whitney. So please, for the love of God.
I miss bad weather.
I'm dying for Lisa and Heather to be friends. I don't know why I need it. It's because I really like Lisa.
I know.
And I really like Heather. So you guys need to get this stuff together. And same with you and Whitney. Like, it's uncomfortable.
With Heather and Whitney?
Yes, with Heather and Whitney.
You said me and Whitney.
Oh. No.
Whitney are fine.
Us and Whitney are fine.
You guys, seriously, there's nothing wrong with Whitney and us.
Something's gonna trigger and I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, that was not a Freudian slip, I swear.
Yeah. Can you believe next week is the finale?
Yeah, that jumped quick.
Thank God. To be honest with you, we need to put the brakes on Salt Lake City.
Yo, we already gave you 100
and
episodes.
Reconvene. I'm talking about the producers of Bravo.
Well, I know, but we need to take a break. I would love a little break for a second.
I doubt it.
Like a week break. That's not just for holidays.
Just a quick glance at the calendar in my head. It looks like, depending on how many Salt Lake City reunion episodes we have. But I mean, like last season was 20-something episodes. This season is 14. So
it's because they had to cut out all of the episodes with, what's her name?
Jenny.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I yawned. I think that's the end of the episode.
I think that signals the end of this.
It is the end.
What is it? Oh.
Am I boring you?
Am I boring you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Well, if you guys aren't too bored yourselves, check us out on social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
Quit trying to bite me. Yeah, you could also watch us on YouTube and Spotify at The Real House Bears. And you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. But if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star rating and a cute little review. And we will make you hashtag Housebears famous. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, week, weekend, week, evening, week, morning, week.
And God
day.
bless Jen Shaw.
And
Bye.
to the flag.
Bye. No, that's enough.
Well, it just stands.
Say goodbye.
Oh, bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Everybody, shh. We're doing the sound check. Shh.
I'm trying my beatboxing. I'm just warming into it.
Trying your acoustics.
Ha! Ha!
Ho! 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 Red leather, yellow leather.
I think we got it.